Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a couple hands of craps here just to kind of try to explain it a little bit. Okay, so you see the table, like there's so many different ways to bet, and it's kind of hard to explain at first. Like this is a game that you want to play like a lot of to get the feel of it before you finally start like upping your antes, right? So like for this, since it's a casino portion, I can do as little as $1 for a bet here, and typically you want to play the pass line. Um, Although with the virtual odds, I like to go the don't, but oh shit, I gotta pull that off. But I'm gonna show you what I would do like at a typical casino, like on in real life. So you put $1 on the pass line, right? So I'm just gonna roll the dice just to kind of like explain this as we go. So the dice were a 5, so now a point has been established. So that point, this little on marker goes to the 5. So now I want a 5 to come up. Any way that it comes up, a 2 and a 3 or a 1 and a 4, that 5 will pay out my pass line bet, and then it'll pay out pass odds. So now that a point's been established, I can put odds on this, so up to 3 times the amount of my initial bet. And you always want to back your odds. Always. Okay? And then, what I also like to do, and this is kind of like my little secret strategy, is I will put $1 on each of these. These are called hard ways bets. So, like two twos, two fours, two fives, two threes. Hey, what's up, man? Um, so these are the hard ways bets, and the only way these bets come off the table is if a 7 comes out, which is bad at this point. So a 7 is what basically it'll wipe the whole table, and or if that number comes out that's not the hard way, right? So like if a 4 comes out, that's a 1 and a 3. Then my little $1 bet here goes away, and then I have to put that back out. So let's just roll the dice just to kind of keep this rolling here. Okay, so it's an easy 6, right? So that hard 6 came off, so I just put another dollar back on, roll the dice again. And it's a 5, so the point paid. My pass line bet plus my odds paid out. So that's good. Now I'm going to put another dollar back on the pass line. And then, so there's other bets here that I kind of want to get into now that we've seen the basic thing. There's the field bet, and this one's pretty self-explanatory. You put $1 here, right? And so if any of these numbers come up, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, or 12, that pays that double the odds, right? So I put $1, I'd get two bucks back. If a pair or boxcars come out, so the 12 or the 2, then that pays double or triple the odds here. And then these bets over here, these are kind of like one-time bets, right? So if I put $1 here and it doesn't hit that number, that bet goes away. So I'll just put $1 on Snake Eyes just for shits and giggles, and we'll roll the dice. And so now it's a hard 4 or a hard 8, sorry. So now that 8 just paid 9 to 1. I got $9 for a $1 bet there. So what I do is I will take that, I'll put another dollar on that hardways, and then I'll bump up each of these by $1. So now if any of these hardways hits, they're going to pay double that amount, right? So like the 7 to 1 or the 9 to 1, depending on what hits. And then I just keep rolling, and then every time a hardways hits, I just buff those up by $1. And you're still profiting, right? So like say this one hits again, that's now 18 to 1. So I got 18 bucks, and I put another dollar or put $3 back on that one, and then raise each of these up to 3. So I'm still up, right? So definitely got to back my odds here, and then that field bet, I don't even know if that paid. No, because it was an 8, so that field bet didn't pay. And then there's another important line here that a lot of people like to bet on, and it's called the come line. So the come is basically like betting on the pass line. You can put $1 here, and then whatever roll comes out next, well, the 8. So I hit the point already. So my initial bets paid out. And so that bet on the come line goes to it's like a unestablished point. So like even if there's a point established, it goes to whatever roll comes out next if it's any of these numbers. And the other thing about the pass line, that line or that initial bet is the same thing if you're putting it here on the come line. It'll pay 2 to 1 for a 7 or an 11 on the initial rollout. Before, if there's no point established, a 7 or 11 will pay that. So let's just roll this again here. And see, there's the 7. So that actually got paid out, but every other bet on the table goes away. So that's what you call a craps. You don't want to see a 7. And there's multiple types of craps. So this one, it says any craps, but what this is referring to is snake eyes, boxcars, or a 1 and a 3. Or a 1 and a 2, sorry, so a 3. So let's just go ahead and put another dollar out, roll it, and it's boxcars. So that's a craps because, so like the 2 1s, 2 6s, and a 1 and a 3, that'll take your pass line bet off if there's no point established. So if I had a dollar here on the boxcars, that would have paid 30 to 1. And now it's a risky bet. The odds of it hitting are obviously worse than 30 to 1. But if you're feeling lucky, and I've had them hit, you know, if you see like a trend going on, you're feeling lucky. This is kind of something you want to put, just chuck out just a dollar. I've seen people fucking throw like fives and tens on it and make retarded amounts of money real quick. But I mean, your odds is that if you bet on that, you're not gonna get that money. So, anyways, let's do another dollar here, and another strategy that I was using. Okay, so here's the don't, and this is basically the exact opposite of the pass line. So here, I don't want a 7 or 11 before a point's been established, and then I want the 7 after a point has been established. I want the 7 because this bet and then any odds that I'm able to put on it pay out. So it's the exact opposite, but the odds for the pass for the don't pass odds don't pay as high as the pass line odds. You're basically playing with house odds when you're playing the don't, and that's if you don't put any other bets on the table because again these are still not in your favor. In this one, you're playing with house odds, but the odds don't pay as well. So it's typically something that only dickheads do because you're basically playing against the table at that point because the majority of the people are going to be here on the pass line. So let's just do another roll here. Okay, so the 7 came out, no other bets on the table, so this just paid $2 to the 1. So that's when you want a 7 to come out, is on that initial roll. Okay, so we got an easy 8, so the point is now on the 8. So again, I go ahead and put my dollars out here on each of the hard ways, and then back up my pass odds and roll the dice. And it's an immediate 7 out. So all of those, everything I just put out on the table, just got shitted on. And there's the snake eyes. I wish I was betting on it. Okay, easy 4. So let's try this again. Go ahead and bet my odds. Put another dollar on each of these. And roll them. It's a 9, so that doesn't affect any of my bets. Roll them again. It's a 5. Everything's good. There's a hard 10. My hard 10 pays 7 to 1. Go ahead and put another dollar on each of these. Now I've got $2 on each of the hard ways. And there's an easy 6, so my hard 6 goes away. I can put another dollar on each of those. I'm just gonna do it. Damn it! I really need to start betting on that. That one's come up a lot. Okay, an easy 4. My 4 comes off, but my pass line's paid out because 4 was the point. And typically you wouldn't be doing dollar bets on the pass line, right? You'd come out, well, I mean, most tables don't even let you bet that low, but you'd come out with like a $5 at the very minimum, and then I would still be doing my dollar strategy on the hard ways. But just because I'm just, I don't feel as comfortable with the odds in a virtual version of craps, so I'm just going to stick with the dollar bet. All right, so it's a 9. I might as well go ahead and put another dollar on the hard 4, and then back my odds for the 9. And it's a 5, no worries. And there's a 7. Everything goes. So you can also bet on that, right? You can put a dollar here, but that's the same thing as like the 7, the any craps, and all of these. Those bets go away after a single roll. So I mean, you put a dollar here and the 7 hits, it pays 4 to 1. So it's not bad, but the thing is, this game revolves around 7, and 7 is the most likely number to be rolled on a pair of dice because there's more combinations to hit 7 than any other number with a pair of dice. So it is technically the most likely number to come out, but the thing with dice is dice have no memory, right? Cards, eventually you're gonna have, yeah. God damn it! I keep knocking my fucking phone off. Um, eventually you're gonna get dealt a bad hand, right? There's only a finite number of cards in a deck, or however many decks, for card games. There's an eventuality that you're gonna lose. Whereas with dice, yeah, I mean, statistically speaking, odds are you're gonna lose, but you can roll. I mean, technically, there's nothing stopping you from rolling a fucking hard 10 15 times in a row, right? So that's what I love about the dice games is that there is nothing stopping you from having phenomenal luck. Slot machines are programmed, everything else, like card games, they have, odds stacked in the house's favor. Here the odds are technically in the house's favor, but they have no way of guaranteeing that they are going to get paid out. Statistically speaking, they are, but like I said, you can come into a table with $100 and walk away with damn near 2 grand. And if you're a fucking high roller and you got the money to fucking cash out, you can walk in there with fucking 2 grand and walk out with fucking 50, 60, $100,000.